Good evening, folks, right here. This is a beautiful day. We got two of the geekiest cats together right here for the GGWP. It used to be called Girls Gone Cats.
I'm just knocking shit over.
Until Taylor decided that we probably wouldn't be the best fits for this. So we got Dre and Taylor right here. This is GGWP, Geeks, Games, Whatever podcast. I'm your host, Dre, and
I'm Taylor.
And we've actually been at this before a couple times back, and we're going at it for another go. So I wanted to start off a little emotional. So let me just... You got some emotional music on that little thing there? That's better than nothing. So we've done this in the past, but together. We used to actually be on an actual... and a while back, we both basically got the boot. Unfortunately, Taylor got the boot before I did, and then eventually they booted me out too. I don't know what the logistics of what happened there. So for a while, I really love doing this right here. You know, sitting down with your homies, talking it out about games, girls, or whatever we're talking about.
Girls.
And girls, games, geek stuff. You know.
I got you.
But it's really a fun thing to me to just see me on the camera, on audio. However, but then for a while after I got the boot, I was like kind of lost with it for a while. It's like I still kept going to conventions. I still kept interviewing people. When I got home, I was like, I don't even feel like going through all this madness.
Yeah.
And so for a long while, I haven't really done anything. I would still go to conventions, but I had the audio.
We both do.
Yeah, and I just didn't put it together. I just kind of was like a little lazy about it. But you kept going with your stuff, so... Even after we broke up, I guess, or split apart, however you want to put it.
We didn't break up. We stopped doing the show.
Yeah, after we stopped doing the show.
The whole momentum left for the whole show stuff.
Exactly what I'm getting at. My momentum was just like ground zero. I was just like, man, I do this, but I'm not really into it. But and then not too long ago, I would say last year, because we're in February right now, you brought me down to your podcast, your Social Ferocity.
Yeah.
And that was actually nice. Like, damn, I remember how fun this actually was. So I'm still trying to get back. That was like a long time. It's like a year ago at this point. But
get on, talk shit, have fun, whatever.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get back into the groove. So you brought me back here.
No,
so so I want to thank you.
No, thank you for being here. No, thank you. I look forward to this. I miss doing the podcast with you, or actually the show together with you. Just getting together for an hour, just hanging out, talking about games, or little arguments, a little going back and forth, or our mutual making fun of Nintendo. And that's all. It was all fun, and I did miss that, and I'm glad we're doing it. So
we're doing it right here. Excited. Forget the radio stations. We're gonna do it right here in Taylor's apartment. This is GGWP, Geeks, Games, Whatever podcast.
Yeah, seriously, I thought it was Girls Gone Wild. Dre's gonna make me take out my shirt.
That's GG, Taylor. So you gotta play some more League of Legends. If you're stuck on
tried.
that, you slowly but surely.
What is it? I was stuck with Mr. Yi.
Mr. Yi, he's the most hated character in that, or one of them. So that's probably why you didn't have a great experience. People were like, yeah,
I was playing Mr. Yi. I didn't know why.
You have your teammates who expect you to do Excel because you're picking Mr. Yi because he's like the cheapest character in the game, and you don't because you're just starting out. And then you have the other team that hates you because you're Mr. Yi, so you're just going to get hate from all ends. As a matter of fact, that's a hateful game, right? You got to go into that knowing that everyone's just going to be hateful, and it's getting better, but it's still far from it. So, hey, check this out. I'm going to start off with a little retro question. Out of all the games, let's say there was a Game Olympics. You can go back as far as games as Pong. You can go back as far as StarCraft. What games do you think should be in the E-Olympics if it ever existed?
In the E-Olympics?
The E-Olympics.
No, we're not talking about the ones in Vegas where it's the fighting championship.
No, like that. Like if there was an Olympics, you can bring back gamers of all sorts, like that old dude who played King of Kong, to Daigo who does play Street Fighter. What games do you think should be in the E-Olympics that you just love to see?
I got, I say Battletoads.
Battletoads?
Battletoads is one of the hardest fucking games at NES.
Dude, you know what? That is definitely true. Because so if you guys ever play Battletoads, it is the most backwards life system ever. So you have two guys, and they each had like 5 lives each.
Yeah.
And when one guy died, you both lost. So when you came back and you continued, however many lives you had, the other person, however many lives he had left, is what he still had left. So let's say you died 5 times, I died 2 times. When we restarted, I still only got 2 lives left.
Yeah.
And you got 5. So now when I die, when we restarted, it didn't refresh both. It considered you were continuing for that one person. So You went through continues quite quickly by the time the third stage.
The one level that stands out for everybody who ever played the game is the jet ski level. I think it's
like the second level.
I think the second level you start going down the shaft, or that's the shaft, and then you end up going this like hover bike where these things appear, like these little blockers appear in front of you. Either have to it's a ramp or you have to like move out of the way, and they're so fucking hard.
You could easily go too far up and fall off the stage, go too far down, fall off the stage, not jump in time, hit things, and then at some point, like the indicators would kind of indicate where they were coming, but they came so quickly. It was just you were just like guessing.
That may be the first like known existence of rage quitting. When you slam that controller down, it was a sturdy controller, so you can slam the shit down as hard as you can, nothing would break. And there wasn't a disc to mess up, so you can hit the reset button or the power button on your NES. And
that is definitely true. And before that, you're going down that giant shaft. You could easily kill your teammate by accident
with turning into the wrecking ball.
When you wrecking the ball, you knock him off too, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? It's like, what are you were in the way.
You can also hit. It was like Golden Axe, where you hit each other and you can hurt each other.
Yeah,
when we're in the first stage, you fight these big long metal things. And the legs break off, and you can take the legs and hit each other, and hit the enemy too. So you would hit each other and the enemy, and
it was like the worst game there was.
Yeah,
but it's actually a good game. So that's a good pick. I like that one. I'm going old school. I'm saying Pong. Something so simple that everyone has mastered at this point. So you would have like thousands of people in this competition. You really see who's the best at this. So like just remedial game like Pong or Asteroids or Pac-Man, something that everyone can just get a hold of and really go at it because it's so simple. They have to try something to be better than the next person.
Oh, yeah, and these are both 2-player games. These aren't multiplayer games. It's 2
players. It doesn't matter.
It's 1-on-1.
You can do speed run games like who can beat it the quickest.
So how do you really beat? Do you really beat Pong? Is there a
well? It's a 1-on-1.
Okay.
So you got the other opponent, and it's like
a best of 5 or whatever.
Best of 5. It would just
and there's also the Pong. Like there isn't a standard Pong. You can make the paddles bigger or smaller. So I guess with maybe with every advancement, the paddle gets smaller.
That would be intense. Now you got that right there. You have the Pong would just be as big as the Pong. Yeah. You got these two guys.
God damn.
That would be amazing.
That would be
because like my favorite thing of watching in the actual Olympics is like that ping pong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the simplest game, but these two dudes are like playing it like it's tennis,
like Forrest Gump.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying Pong would be so awesome.
Okay, right on. Now what brought that up anyway? Because the Olympics going on right now.
Yeah, I mean Olympics are going on right now, so I just random question, random chit chat, just bullshit, and get set in the mood for this day.
Settle back into our groove, talking and stuff.
All right, so check this out. The summertime is not that far away. It's February right now, so we got a good 4 or 5 months. So if the Super Bowl just passed, and the Super Bowl is like one of the biggest advertisements for anything, especially summertime blockbusters, and they went through the whole gamut of mostly all the. Half those movies I didn't even know were coming out this year. Let's start off with Transformers 15.
You want to start out of order?
Let's start out of order.
So Sadre sent me a list of...
Okay, so out of all, I did send you a list of what I wanted to talk about. I put
those in that list, and then you said, let's go out of order.
But I didn't think it was... I was just, I was giving him the ideas, but he was actually considered... So he's more organized. That's why we call it... I'm the mouth here. You can see me go on and on, but he's actually the brains, the operations. But let's just start out of order. I'm sorry, I'm going to do that to you. Start out of order. Because specifically, I didn't even know Transformers 4 was stated for this year.
You thought it was coming out next year?
I had no idea.
Next year would be death. Next year you have all the Marvel movies and Star Wars. Star Wars still slated for 15.
Slated for next. I thought it was 2016.
15. I thought it was 15, and because Batman Superman got pushed back to 16.
Batman Superman. So you know more information about it. But
I could have sworn
I did not know. Like I know he was in the early talks of filming it. Yeah. I hadn't realized it gone as far as post production. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know Mark Wahlberg was even attached to the project.
You know that? You need to read some blogs, sir. I didn't know the people of the plot. So I wrote down the plot here of what the website was talking to one of the people in there, and the person said that what the plot was, and it sounds like the most rinky-dink plot. Like, let me throw it together. Like, give me.
What'd you expect out of Michael Bay?
I didn't know. he is literally sucking this franchise dry to the part where he has to cast 2 new leads and try to, I don't know, I guess the Transformers are coming back for what, paychecks maybe?
Hey, is Tyrese gonna be in it?
Nope.
No Tyrese either? Oh, you gotta be kidding. They took out Shia LaBeouf, but I can understand him taking out Shia LaBeouf. He has not been a great figure in the television. He even said himself he's taking a step back. I think he's done.
I don't think he's taking a step back. He thinks he's forced to take a step back.
Okay, so Shia LaBeouf, him not being is all right. I can understand that. Megan Fox, man, whatever. The model from Victoria's Secret, man, whatever. But I don't know. Somehow casting Mark Wahlberg in it feels like the vibe I got from Bourne Ultimatum's Legacy or series or however it's called.
The last one with Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, it's like they kind of just copped out and just went like, oh, let's grab this other character and then we'll probably make some references to Sam Witwicky. And it just seems like you're showing us that it's really falling apart now.
Yeah.
Like you're losing it. Mm-hmm. That being said, I saw the trailer and I wasn't wowed by it, but I wasn't too like, oh, this is gonna be terrible bad. I was like, okay, he might be able to pull it out.
You want to hear the plot?
Nah, I've read it.
No, the audience hasn't read it.
Okay, go ahead, bust it out here.
All right, so apparently, the humanity picks up the pieces following the conclusion of Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Autobots and Decepticons have all but vanished from the face of the planet. However, a group of powerful, ingenious businessmen and scientists attempt to learn from past Transformer incursions and push the boundaries of technology beyond from what they can control. All while ancient, powerful Transformer menace sets Earth in its crosshairs. The epic adventure and battle between good and evil, freedom and enslavement ensues. So, scientists go down, they start some shit, and ancient evils come up, and Transformers are brought back. Which means Mark Wahlberg is a scientist. I'm out.
You're already out. The Transformers was a hard enough franchise to even bring to the big stage, and he made some sense of it. Like, okay, I can see how a car can go from that to that giant robot. You're gonna have a hard time convincing me that you're gonna have this Dinobot thing transform. What would be the point of transforming into a human to a Dinobot in the first place?
And okay, you saw Grimlock. You saw Optimus Prime riding Grimlock in the commercial. Optimus Prime is dwarfed by Grimlock. What the hell? Because the Transformers, the robots come down, they take a picture of things and they copy, and that's how you get transformed into cars. What the hell did he copy to get that big? If the T-Rex in a museum, T-Rex, if you stand a car on its height wise, it's as big as that, which means I'm not sure what he. Because I would say Grimlock is huge in the commercial.
Okay, and generally speaking, though, Grimlock is actually technically taller than Optimus Prime, but that thing transforms. It's going to be like the size of the Empire State Building. It looks huge, like,
yeah.
So that did kind of lose me there. And when I first saw the commercial, it caught me off guard. I thought he was riding a dragon at first.
Really?
Because it looks like a giant dragon. And then so I had to Google it, and it's like, oh, that's supposed to be a T-Rex, I guess. Yeah. So I was confused to begin with. And then looking at the lineup, they have Cyclonus. So if you're a Star Wars enthusiast, not Star Wars, Transformers enthusiast like I am, Cyclonus is actually one of the more future Transformers. He's actually not even in the...
not Gen 1.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't come until Unicron comes, and they see there's like a giant bridge where they go from the old school Transformers, like the Mack trucks and your Bumblebees and just regular cars, and then they had the Transformers movie, and then from there they just jump straight to the future, where they have like these kind of different looking jets, and Cyclonus is one of them. Mm-hmm. They have Galvatron, they have Rodimus Prime, the RC. They had like all the future bots, and Cyclonus is part of that future group, but they haven't, unless they're gonna make some random jump from bringing back the past, because in the future the Dinobots don't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if they do. They just don't bring them up. No, they do. I take it back. They're actually in the movie. They just don't come as nearly as often as they used to. That being said,
what about Ratchet and Leadfoot? Those are rumored. Ratchet and Leadfoot. Are you familiar with those?
Yeah, Ratchet's the he's the one with the head.
He's the one with the head, huh?
Yeah, he's like that little head thing and that mouthpiece. He was like the medical bot. He was the Fix-It, Mr. Fix-It.
Gotcha.
I mean, he did some stuff, but he was mostly Mr. Fiction. Now, Leadfoot, on the other hand, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, my Xbox just turned this off.
Xbox, turn off.
Something like that.
The Xbox is possessed. I guess Leadfoot sounds like Xbox.
Or something like that. I don't know. Okay, I'm back now.
You're back.
I'm back. It's cool. All right.
Hey, let's talk about the Xbox, since the Xbox actually.
All right, my Xbox just turned this up on. It wanted to be the center of attention.
So one thing I did, I need to apologize or take back, however you want to say it. Voice commands are actually kind of cool. I got my PS4,
okay,
and that has voice commands, and that's it's not like a big feature, but it comes in handy. It's kind of like, hey, PlayStation, Blu-ray, and it plays it. It's like, that's kind of cool. I should get it now, where the whole voice command comes in.
It gives lazy a whole new
meaning. Instead of having to actually reach down and pick up a wireless controller, which is probably like a couple inches away from you, now you can just use your voice. You don't have to go that far.
But make sure you say the correct command, or else someone won't listen to you.
And you know what they're going to do? They're just going to eventually have it attach it to our heads, and it's just going to become a thought.
Commands. Just look at it.
And it's going to start reading the future, know when it come on. You're going to come downstairs, it's already going to be on. It's like, oh, you knew I was looking forward to that. You knew it. That's awesome.
You'll know your routine, yeah. All right, so the next thing... Talk
about us before we go back. So, Transformer Extinction, yay, nay, bomb?
You know what? I think the Dark of the Moon Transformers sealed it for me. Like, that was it. Like, I was done with them. Okay, it had a decent ending. Part 2 was a piece of shit. Part 3 was good. Or better than Part 2, and had a good ending. Where it ended on a good ending. Where, okay, 1, no, it could stop. There's no reason for any more. 4 seems like it would be...
It's like Pirates of the Caribbean 4. They're really just trying to milk it down.
They're trying to, just for the name. Transformers 4 looks like a Netflix or maybe a...
Yeah, I'm a little... So Transformers, I've seen all the Transformers in IMAX. I do it big.
IMAX 3D or IMAX?
IMAX 3D, down it. So there's only so if you go to limax.com or there's another website, they actually list all the real IMAX theaters in the country, in the world for that.
Some IMAXs are like a third of the size.
It's like a name for some of them. It's like, oh, IMAX, but it's not the IMAX you're expecting. So it kind of ruins the name. So when I do IMAX, I go to the big IMAX theater. Specifically, the one from here is the Rave, which is like not that far LEX. Okay. They have a giant screen. It's reserved seating. That's my jam. I've seen all the Transformers there. I probably won't be seeing that one there. Maybe at like the regular theater.
Yeah.
If other people want to see it, I'm half. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but not looking forward to spending money to see it. I'm not saying I'm going to go pirate it when it comes out on Netflix. I'll probably catch it. So I don't think it's going to be a summertime blockbuster hit.
Okay. Well, I don't think I don't think either. I think it's just one thing that I am unfamiliar with that much, because I watched the original movie once, maybe, and saw part 3, a slide of it, was the RoboCop. This one, I have no interest at all.
You don't have nothing about RoboCop?
No.
So RoboCop
I know the story, I know who he is and everything, but I have no interest in seeing the reboot.
Okay, so RoboCop is one of those films, because this doesn't happen anymore, where films where they just shot down cops.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see that anymore. If you ever watch movies nowadays, they don't shoot cops anymore. They might get shot, but they don't get killed.
Yeah.
RoboCop, take it back then, when they were killing cops, and they would brutally murder cops, and it was, like, cool to kill cops in films back then. I think it's actually a good time to reboot the RoboCop series, because it's been, like, they rebooted Spider-Man after 1 year, or maybe 2 years after the last one that came out, and they just rebooted the entire franchise.
Yeah.
RoboCop's came out so long ago. I'm saying early 1980s, late 90s. I forget.
87.
Yeah, 87. And it's like one of those films that I think it's a great time to reboot it. What actually bothered me about the trailer when I saw this is what made RoboCop. It was dark.
Okay.
Like it had like when the cop that became RoboCop died.
Murphy.
He didn't like.
No, Murphy's a girl.
Yeah, Murphy's his
partner.
His quote-unquote partner.
Yeah.
When the original RoboCop died, it wasn't like he was, like, blown up by a car, which you see in the new one.
Yeah.
Nah, that fool was, like, execution style at his best. He was in front of a bunch of people, and they were just unloading. Like, they each let out a clip on him, and it was dark.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, they could have shot him once, and he would have died. Right? They shot that fool, like, 27 times. This one, he kind of gets injured in a car explosion, and he doesn't even die.
No, he's
So-
still alive. He's missing
Yeah.
part of his missing parts of his limbs and stuff, and he's on
So
life support.
So that already in the original one, RoboCop is dead. He was dead, and they brought him back to life. And this one, they're keeping him alive. He's not even really dead. He's kind of just injured. So
Kind of like Cyborg.
Yeah.
From the DC universe.
Already there, it loses a lot of its darkness. Seeing the trailer, it didn't look like it was going to be bad. It looked like it might be good. I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing this one in theaters. If somebody would come with. So you want to come down with me to see it?
You pay. So
Right,
I
yeah,
have no interest in seeing this.
I mean, but I don't think it's going to be a hit. I think it's going to be like cult. Like, okay, I liked it, and a lot of people are like, well,
you think it'll be
I
like
thought
Dread?
I haven't seen it.
Seen Dread?
I almost watched it yesterday. I haven't seen
Dread?
the new
I actually
Dread.
saw it and it was decent. It was
Is
good.
he?
It reminded me of that movie that. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna try to remember the name of it.
No.
The awesome Asian movie that. There I am trying to. Go ahead.
So it looks like it could be good. It looks like it has enough there to make it a good film. Plus Samuel L. Jackson's in it. He's one of my favorite actors. I saw him. It
He's
just
playing protagonist and antagonist.
he just like, it's like a side role. It looks like
Okay.
just kind of like there. I think it's going to lose a lot of its darkness, and that's what made RoboCop. So
Well, it suits darker. It's not gray anymore. It's black.
well, that actually does look,
Stealth.
and it does like make more sense now. But I don't know. I'm okay with the reboot. You know, sometimes a film's rebooting, you're just kind of like, there's no need for a reboot.
Yeah, but
I'm alright with it.
what happens when you look back and you saw, okay, Ed 209. Ed 209 was an awesome character. Ed 209 in 1987 was like, was this like stop motion kind of type of thing, or if you saw it was fake. But now it's going to be all CG and more. It loses its whole like retro feel of Ed 209.
And, I'm alright with that. I'm okay with this film.
Okay.
It seems like the right amount of time. And speaking of reboots, and I hate to jump around this list again.
It's okay.
What
do you got next?
Damn, I've actually already forgotten when I had that little speech of speaking of reboots. Oh, Godzilla. There you go. That's what I was going to come with. That Godzilla is
Nice.
rebooted again and again and again. I am not even looking forward to watching any more Godzilla films.
This one actually looks darker than the last one. Did you even see Godzilla 2000?
Godzilla 2000.
See, not the one with Matthew Broderick, but there's one that came out later called Godzilla 2000, I believe.
See, there's so many Godzilla films.
Yeah,
I don't remember which
okay.
one. There's Godzilla Wars. That's the last one I remember watching. Was
Godzilla
Godzilla Wars.
Like
Which
straight DVD or
I don't know. It was a Japanese film.
oh, I know.
But they brought that. They had they even had Godzilla from the one where Madison Square Garden.
Okay,
They had him in that film. And
but that was more of like a mutant type of. It was like a big lizard.
no, yeah, they were mocking fun of a giant lizard god looking Godzilla, and they
Okay.
killed him in that film. And it was just Godzilla, and they basically had brought back all monsters to life. Ghidra, if you're a Godzilla enthusiast, Mothra, Godzilla 2000, I guess, Robo Godzilla. They had just brought back all the monsters they could think of.
Kind of like Destroy All Monsters.
Yeah, it was like a Royal Rumble. I forget what the point even was, but it was just if you were a Godzilla enthusiast. I guess it was like
I feel like monster movies, and I guess that was it.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
yeah.
But you're looking for this?
Nah, I'm not. They should stop making Godzilla. They should they gave RoboCop 27 years. They need to give Godzilla at least 20.
Okay.
They just need to stop coming with Godzilla movies every 4 years.
The trailer like I said, the trailer looks dark. It looks like the actual Godzilla. Looks like the old school Godzilla. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be about that much or how it's going to look other than the trailer. So I am optimistic. I'm not sure.
I'm just not looking forward to seeing that Godzilla film. No. They need. You know what they need to reboot is King Kong. The last
Really?
King Kong film was not that great. They need to reboot him, and they need a King Kong versus Godzilla reboot. I'd be okay if a Godzilla movie if King Kong was in it.
They had King Kong versus a T-Rex on the island.
Yeah, and that worked out.
Okay,
If they brought that King Kong and a Godzilla reboot,
kickstart it.
yeah, I'm cool with that. Another Godzilla film is like, come on, guys. We just saw the damn movie. How many times can you reboot a film franchise? Apparently, Spider. So let's talk about Spider-Man. You had a nice segue. Spider-Man. What is it? 7?
Spider-Man. Well, yeah, Spider-Man. This is the Amazing Spider-Man this time. It's Amazing Spider-Man 2.
More Spider-Man. So
back to my
when I
notes
saw Jamie Foxx as Electro, when I first heard it rumored, I was like, "What? Jamie Foxx, nah.
Because of his color?
Nah. I just didn't see. Jamie Foxx to me is one of the best actors and singers and songwriters and playwrights. And but he's not like, I can't see him playing a villain. I can see him playing like dressed up in a dress, walking around doing a dance. He's like the funny guy. That's what I see when I see Jamie Foxx.
Did you say no?
Do you not remember Living Color?
Is it Lawanda?
Lawanda? It was like something like that, right? He was like, that little horse face and he goes around. That's what I remember, Jamie Foxx.
No, that's that was Martin.
And then he had the Jamie Foxx show where it was just him doing a bunch of stupid stuff and he always get caught. Jamie Foxx is the funny guy. So when I saw this the first time, I was like, nah, Jamie Foxx not going to work out. And then I saw the like that 20-second clip.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Well, you didn't see him on Entertainment Weekly? The Entertainment Weekly had the side-by-side of him facing Spider-Man and him in his blue, like, he was,
how was that?
On. He looks like just a blue guy. He's not the original green with the
giant lightning bolt.
Come out of his head. No, this is just a blue. Looks like a light bulb. Looks like
powder, like a blue powder.
Light powder with some color. Yeah.
Yeah, so that they didn't make it white because he was like, "Nah, I'm not putting on that powder outfit. You gotta change that up, homie."
Okay, so so in this movie, I guess it's gonna be Peter Parker helping his friend Harry Osborn, but he starts fighting Electro and Rhino and finds out that it came from Oscorp. So I guess that's how it's gonna go. And they're shown pictures and screenshots of the Green Goblin on a person on a glider like the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
And there's also been shots of Emma Stone who plays Gwen Stacy, wearing the iconic outfit that she wore when Green Goblin threw her off, snapped her neck, but threw her off the bridge and killed her. So you may be seeing a.
You know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping the film ends with her being thrown off the bridge and him trying to save her, and it just stops. So you don't know if he kills her or not. It just stops. That would be perfect.
Soprano shit. No.
That's what exactly they need to do. Like, oh no, is she gonna die? You got to come watch the next movie, homie.
And all you get to hear is.
Nah, that would be a perfect ending because then you can bring it out.
Or it's an end.
And when the next movie starts after that, they can completely skip that and like kind of keep flashing back to it, so you don't know if she's dead or not until the very end. Until the very end.
No.
Nah, I finally saw the first clip of Rhino because that was also on the Super Bowl, and I did not like the way Rhino looked.
Well, you can't be because the guy who plays Rhino is a big, buff guy. He's not a guy in a mechanical suit, like Paul Giamatti is doing this in this movie.
But let me stop you there. Have you ever played? There was a Spider-Man game. I want to say it's for Nintendo. Yeah, but this one's like
not Maximum Carnage.
Not Maximum Carnage. It was more like cartoony Spider-Man. It came out.
Maximum Carnage is pretty cartoony. It was Spider-Man Venom.
No, this one was like a 3D kind of Spider-Man-ish. You can actually.
The Sinister Six.
Huh?
Was it one of the Sinister Six? There's one I got for PS1.
Maybe it was a Sinister Six. I want to say it was called Ultimate Spider-Man. It was so I think it's the Nick Fury that Samuel plays was based off this Spider-Man.
Okay.
Because he was black.
The ultimate Spider-Man. Okay.
They had Rhino in there, and it wasn't a big buff dude. It was a little guy in a robotic suit.
Then they must have pulled it from this suit.
Too. But that one looked convincing. Like it didn't look goofy.
Well, you can't also transcend. You have to. You're trying to transcend. You're trying to bring a picture or a computer animized thing, or a figure to the big screen, to where it has to be
believable,
larger than life, and
I don't know. I mean, it could be. I wasn't feeling Rhino. I don't mind the way Electro looks. I was like, okay, I can see it.
Well, you're SOL because Paul Giamatti has actually leaked or mentioned that he's up for he's up for part 2 and 3. So there must going to be a third one as well.
And hopefully they give him a new Rhino suit by the third one.
It looks like because I went through and I found who was going to be playing in this, and I put their alter egos. So we got Harry Osborn and Norman Osborn, which are the Green Goblin.
Or if they're clever with it, they might have him play
Hobgoblin.
Or they might have some type of hobgoblin. I know who it is, but just to switch it up, they might have him hobgoblining around for a while before he becomes. Because Green Goblin is when he's like his altered evil ego. Yeah. So he might not get there yet.
But it may go.
He needs some time.
But it may go. Norman Osborn, Green Goblin dies. Harry Osborn takes over, like the normal goes. Max Dillon.
Well, I hate to cut you off, but sorry about that. Since they even have, I don't even think have they even shown Norman Osborn yet? Because I don't remember him being in the first film.
No. He went to they.
I remember
in the first
because he was dying,
movie,
right? They talked about it for
yeah,
so long.
In the first movie, Gwen Stacy works at Oscorp.
Yeah,
so that's how Oscorp was introduced. And that's as far as they went.
Yeah,
with
yeah, they didn't have any
issues.
I don't even remember there being Harry Osborn for the most part. Was he in the film?
No.
Yeah, so it'd be kind of a stretch to go from Harry Osborn to Green Goblin. It's possible, but we'll see.
And then we got Max Dillon, of course, Electro, Alex. Can't say his last name. Rhino. Sounds good to me. Okay, Dr. Kafka is going to be. Dr. Kafka is the alter ego of the Chameleon. Now, the Chameleon is not part of the Sinister Six.
Ish. He is and isn't.
He's there's been rotating members, but the original Sinister Six he's not part of. And so he's a doctor, so you may see this doctor maybe turn into the Chameleon or become have Chameleon traits later on, or maybe just Chameleon in general. Then we got BJ Novak playing Alistair Smythe, who is a Spider Slayer. Are you familiar with Spider Slayer?
Slayers. So Alistair Smythe is he used to be Kingpin's right hand man, and then Kingpin got rid of him, and then Alistair Smythe, I forget what happened, goes mad. He basically becomes like this robotic hybrid of a human and like a kind of like a cyborg, but it looks more humanish, and it's kind of weird. I don't really think of him as a part of the Sinister. He's not part of the Sinister Six.
No, again, but they're trying to bring in the Sinister Six, so it looks like they're trying to part of it.
And so the main question is, because they alluded to this in the last movie, was it the Chameleon? Because I was always under the impression that actually it was Mysterio at the very end, the last scene
with the moon. You mean? Because he said the hint of next movie is going to be in the last shot.
Yeah.
And the last shot you see him jump off, and you see him jump in the moon in the background. There's a night light, a night setting, and then he swings off.
No, but remember the very final scene where it shows the lizard.
Yeah.
He's in a cell and he's talking to somebody. He's like, "Leave him alone." Remember that?
I don't remember that part.
You remember that part? If you say the last scene in Spider-Man 2, it shows the lizard.
Spider-Man 2 or the main Spider-Man?
The Amazing Spider-Man. See, I'm all confused.
Okay.
The Spider-Man 1 Part 2, 4, it shows a lizard, and he's like in his cell now because, he went mad, and like there's this guy talking to him, and he's like, you should have told him the truth or something along those lines. And he says, just leave him alone. He's been through enough. And the guy disappears. I was always the impression that might be Mysterio, Chameleon, and it wasn't enough to actually grab
that'd be
him.
awesome. I like Mysterio. Mysterio's been a really cool villain to me.
Because, I've always thought that... I'm always a fan of villains who have no powers. Who are just villains and they're clever about it. Except Lex Luthor. Right? Out of all the villains who have no powers that are cool villains, get rid of Lex Luthor. He's annoying. Okay. Mysterio was one of them.
Universe,
he was just like, different universe. But I'm just saying in general. He was cool because, he had like his brains and he did what he needed to do to make everything seem real. Like for the longest time, you don't even get that this guy is just a human, just with a lot of parlor tricks.
Yeah.
So he was pretty cool. So I was kind of excited to see what they would do with him. But I don't know. When I looked at the trailer, I didn't see any hint of Mysterio.
But you didn't really see it, but it was hidden of Venom. Now, in one part where Harry Osborn's over, it looks like a touch, like desk with a touch button, and there's different things listed. One says Venom on it. So, and it's also been said that Flash Thompson will return in Main Spider-Man 2. Flash Thompson was not the original Venom. He's Agent Venom now. It was originally Eddie Brock.
Then the Scorpion. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm actually a fan of Agent Venom, but I don't see them pulling that out anytime soon.
And Felicity Jones looks like she's going to be cast. She's in there, but as not what role who knows yet. People are saying Black Cat.
And they also they edited out what Mary Jane she was in this film before.
She was, and
so they cut her out. She got the boot. She got das Boot.
Das Boot. What do we got next on our movies that are...
All right, so, let's I think we skipped too far ahead. So, let's say Spider-Man 2. You looking for it out? Hit? Miss?
I am looking forward to it. I just want to see the villains. I want to see what haven't we seen yet.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. So, IMAX, we're going to check that out. IMAX, I'm going to do it real big for that film. Let's talk about a film that I've been talking about as long as the first one came out. Sin City 2.
The one that you said, I'll believe it when I see it.
I believe when I see it. So I actually Googled this.
I've sent you many.
Nah, man. So check this out. Back in, I want to say, the first Sin City came out in 2001-ish, 2002-ish, maybe 2003-ish. It was around that general ball.
Long range, but okay.
It was early 2000s when the first one came out. If you had looked on IMDb.com, it had not only Sin City 2 listed, but Sin City 3 listed. They had like proposed dates. It was like 2007, 2010.
Yeah.
Like, ballpark figure dates. I was like, okay, cool. Because I really liked the first one. Mm-hmm. Then many years went by. Nothing. No talks, no rumors, no clips, no leaks. I was pretty much assuming it was a dead project. Finally, I looked it up. I Googled it yesterday because I was looking up summer blockbuster films, and it was listed there. So I was like, I'm still not going to believe it. I click on the link, and they have some actual clips of what it might be. Not like actual video clips, but green screen clips. So,
but you're talking about it's coming out this year?
It is stated to come out this year in August, which is still technically summertime.
But there have been no... There have been any
I know, so
trailers.
I'm half about it, too.
Pictures?
They're pictures. Just pictures. And it's like I said, stated for August,
all right,
the end of summer. So I am been waiting for this film to come out for so long. We've had many conversations about this
on past shows, on past places.
And I'm actually they got some hope in me now. I actually saw some like clips of them, which could be them maybe filming it.
So what if it comes out and it sucks.
Yeah.
The worst piece of shit in the world. It's like two people on a string puppet between like a cardboard theater, and it's just
way to crush my all by.
It's just the worst thing you've ever seen in your life.
Oh man,
there's no editing, just like a bunch of jumps everywhere. This is like. At the end, this is for you, Sadre. At the end.
Oh, man.
Thanks for your money.
Why you gotta do that, man? You just gonna, my hope. It's like your dad coming home for the first time. You met the dude, and like, yeah, your dad's a jerk. That guy's the biggest asshole we know. That's what it's like. It's like, we just crush my dreams.
But that's just me. That's just me bringing you down. So hopefully, when you see it, you're like, oh, he was wrong.
Hey, hopefully. Now you got me thinking that it might suck. I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to this film.
You're a fan.
I honestly been looking forward to this film for 10 years, all right? So I'm assuming with technology now, the film has to at least be hit at least the middle ground. Damn it, now Taylor, you all messed up. Seriously got me all messed up.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine. You wanna? I
don't want to talk anymore. I think I've been thinking about it.
It's okay.
So now until the movie comes out, I'll be thinking, what if it sucks though? He's right. What if it sucks? Speaking of films turning to comic book, let's talk about 301 Spartans.
Oh, 300 Rise of the Empire?
I was never a big fan of the first 300. I mean, style-wise, it was nice. Story-wise, it was okay. I mean, it was decent. It was a good watch, but they killed all the cool characters off in the first one.
Well, yeah, everybody died, yeah.
What are they going to do now?
I don't know. You still got the Xerxes character there, the tall guy with the gold in his face.
And you got the deformed character. And that's like,
he's still there?
I think, did he die?
I thought he died the first one. Or the very end.
I don't remember. I remember him, Xerxes, and that girl was like the only two main characters left in the first film.
So this one you see Xerxes, and I guess it's fucking somebody else find him. I don't really. I have no interest in this movie at all.
I don't have any. Like it's like you killed all. I mean, and it's based on a comic, so I get why you killed them all off. But what are you gonna do now?
In theory, shouldn't 300 be a one-off because it's 300 and then they die at the end? Shouldn't that be it?
Yeah,
there should be no more.
It shouldn't even be called 300.
There's no 300. they're dead.
So I'm
be zero.
I have no hopes for this film. I hate. I mean, stylistically, it'll probably just be more beautiful than the first, but I cannot see there being a logical storyline that makes sense. Like, I see how they could keep this going. No.
On the heels of horrible shit that's coming back, Expendables.
We did it again.
3, just
dun, 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 dun. I'm surprised that they keep coming. I mean, I seriously, they find out all the actors that just like, hey man, you want to be in the film because you ain't been in films like 10 years. I just don't.
This time, Wesley Snipes now is in it.
Wesley Snipes, man.
Fresh out of jail.
I actually like Wesley Snipes too. They should bring him back as Blade. He did the best Blade job I've ever seen.
Blade job?
Yeah.
Isn't kind of new for some fetish that you're into?
Well, have you seen
Blade job?
Did you see Blade, this TV show?
No.
I swear, I must be making this shit up in my head.
You
I brought that to somebody else, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" Blade. There's like a short run TV show.
Maybe you saw a trailer on TV, and you're like, "Oh, a TV show."
There's a Blade TV show. It's featured a rapper who's called Sticky Fingers. He's played Blade. Anyway,
you're not helping the situation.
It wasn't great. I'm just gonna say it wasn't great. Sticky Fingers.
Sticky Fingers. My apologies.
Yeah, so there was a Blade TV show, Blade series, and it was bad.
It was a Blade. I assume it's been taken off.
I'm looking because who's Blade part of? He's part of there's like
Darkstalkers.
Was it him and like Ghost Rider and them?
Darkstalkers were the Midnight Suns.
Yeah,
they were vampire hunters. Yeah, and they were in the Ghost Rider the world. They were
like there's like
a
short clip of they're like a group of people that would be an interesting series.
And Blade Trinity,
that
was supposed to be the Night Stalker. That was supposed to be like the
okay.
Supposed to be that.
This is how bad Expendables are. We found a quick first tangent we could grab onto. Yeah,
just get out of there.
Expendables Netflix watch, and maybe
for that I give a no, thank you.
I was saying Expendables too, but a film I am looking forward to. So the first film.
You want to end on a good one or a bad one? Because we saw one other one that another Michael Bay travesty. I don't want to end on a bad note for movies.
Okay, so let's talk about the Michael Bay Desert Again travesty. Transmorph. Turtle Power. There you go. Turtle Power. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I'm actually a little on the fence about this one. So the first pictures came out.
There's no way you're watching this.
The first pictures came out and they were looking like trash, and then the second pictures came out and they're like, okay. I can see how this movie
what pictures came out? They made you say,
Did you see the Shredder? They showed the Shredder. He looked badass.
He looked like he wouldn't like regular Shredder. He looked just full of blades.
I don't know. He looked like he could be badass. Like that was the only thing that was a redeeming quality out of what I've heard and saw.
Let me give you a rumor has it that the movie is not going to be all Shredder. You're going to see a lot of turtles and some Shredder. So if you're going into it looking for Shredder, you can leave for like half an hour, come back for 5 minutes, see him, and leave again, come back.
Okay, so you know what I'm doing in half an hour, right? I'm going to go buy a bunch of pizza. Because if they aren't eating copious amounts of pizza in this trailer, I'm going to be mad.
No, Michael Bay has a new green turtles. It's going to be fresh vegetables and kale. And
look, they got vegetarian pizza. They got vegetarian pizza. They even got vegan pizza. They can do that.
No.
Are you serious? They're not eating pizza? That's the one thing.
It's a new green.
I figured out of all the things you can change, the damn turtles still gotta at least live in the sewer and eat pizza.
This time they're aliens, though. This time they're aliens.
Yeah. Out of all the things you can change, as long as they're eating some damn pizza, I'm okay with it. And they live in a sewer. And there's a giant rat that they hang out with.
Like homeless people.
Yeah.
There are 4 homeless people who live with a rat who talks to them. There are 4 crazy homeless people who eat pizza, the cheapest food. That's all there is. That's all this comic is. All the movie is. 4 homeless schizophrenic people living in the sewer, talking to a rat, eating scraps from pizza, people who've eaten from love. Talking to.
Are you lying? We got 2 more notes here. You actually had me disappointed. I was like, wait,
what? Which one do you have?
Okay, 2. There's 2 of them. So it was
the 2 best ones. The
2 best. The ones
exciting.
So let's talk about the one I'm really excited about. Captain America 2.
All right.
When I saw the first film or heard about it, so Captain America has been a superhero to me that works in the comic book, and I could not imagine it actually working on film. Same thing with Thor. Actually, I didn't think that would work on film either. But
okay.
I'm not saying it really does. I'm saying I can see how some people can like this film. Captain America, on the other hand, was a great film. The first one, ended kind of weirdly.
I would like to see more Red Skull.
Yeah, the way they kind of got rid of the Red Skull was kind of me like far fetched. I was really cop out. Like that's really. I would have been okay with them both crashing and then them both being found in the future or something along those lines, or the Red Skull being like the main villain of the next Avengers. Somewhere the Red Skull just didn't disappear randomly.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, the first Captain America film was, without a doubt, a great, like, how you take a comic book star and bring it to the real life stage. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
The fact that they took some really scrawny guy, made him look from this little scraggly guy to like this Captain America, it was like a far-fetched concept, but it worked on film so well that I was like, dude, they could actually probably build something like technology like that.
Yeah, super soldier serum.
Yeah, and like the storyline was there, everything was there until the end. All right, so the end, I give it that crap, but even the Red Skull was convincing.
Yeah,
like there's so many good parts about it.
You got your first hint of Hydra.
Yeah, like everything was. It all made sense when I saw the film, so I'm really looking forward to the second one, and I'm hoping it's not like a. So what I'm actually hoping is it's not a Joss Whedon comedy-esque film.
It looks dark.
Which yeah.
Well, and for those who don't know, Bucky Barnes is Winter Soldier. Spoiler alert. You'll know that. Uh-oh. And last night I heard I guess there was a woman who saw the film and spoiled the ending already. Who spoiled the big surprise at the end. I know it is. Do you want to know?
I'm not even curious. I'm so looking forward to this film, right? I really am actually. I'm just hoping it's like a not Joss Whedon comedy. I'm hoping it's like that dark.
It is what looks dark. Now in this one we got Black Widow's coming. Black Widow, who is not going to be going to get her own movie, so she has to be whored around other movies. So Black Widow, Captain America.
She got her own. She's in the cartoon. It's Black Widow versus the Punisher. You should go check that out. I hear it's okay.
Yeah, but not actually movie. She's not going to be in the movie. So we got Black Widow, Captain America, the Falcon, Crossbones, and Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier. Are you familiar with Falcon and Crossbones?
The Crossbones, I am not, but Falcon, he's part of the he's part of the Avengers, along with everyone else.
Yeah, there are like a couple hundred Avengers that currently right now on the roster. So it's like the GLA Unlimited.
It's like the go-to for all Marvel. Like, all right, let's just throw them in the Avengers. We don't have any other group.
Yeah, no other group that will go to. So it looks like it'll be Crossbones and Bucky Barnes as the villains here, and then Black Widow, Captain America.
I'm actually a huge fan of Winter Soldier too, so I'm really looking forward to this being good.
Okay, no worries.
That stops on.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, currently Sadre has left the mic. He's gonna do some stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure of what this is supposed to. No, we can keep talking. I can ramble. You don't think I can ramble? I can ramble. So yeah, Black Widow's supposed to be in here. The Falcon's supposed to be in here. The pictures, and you'll also see this again. Just like RoboCop, Bucky Barnes is essentially like missing limbs and parts of him, so he comes back as like half cyborg, half metal type of a being, and that's how you get the Winter Soldier. Now later on, I read somewhere that they said, what if Bucky Barnes kills Captain America and becomes a new Captain America? Now, I don't know what the hell they came at that from, or what kind of...
So there's a storyline, actually, when I forget what actually happens to Captain America. I don't know if he...
Well, he gets killed at the end of the Civil War.
Well, yeah, he did. There's that. But you know how like storylines get rebooted. So what I'm saying is like I know what happens to Captain America, but I don't remember what happens in this specific timeline where Bucky Barnes is Captain America.
Yeah, so that's where they got that from.
Yeah, it's like Bucky. I forget what happened. He either dies, gets shot, becomes missing, or I don't remember what happens. I remember at the end of the Civil War he gets killed, so I can't remember if that's when it happened. But yeah, Bucky Barnes is Captain America for a while.
Yeah.
So it might be that, which would be really awesome actually, because then it brings back that rich darkness of the Marvel universe.
But then Chris Evans would be out, and he would be that big. Chris Evans, that's his job.
He's funny. Like you guys ever notice that Captain America never takes off his mask anymore?
His hair is dark.
Yeah, his hair is darker, and we did a DNA scan of that dude, and it's different too. Oh yeah. I guess this must be the serum.
So I'm looking forward to that. Again, this is all leading up to more Avengers 2 stuff. This is part of. I have a.
The Guardian of the Galaxy is actually
Guardian of the Galaxy
is it stated for this year too?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
You know that?
I figured that they would break it out because I think they actually stated that Avengers 2 is coming out next year. It seems like they're rushing this.
It's part of all the.
Yeah, no, I know. It's
if you look at my notes in the back, I have all the phases written down.
It's part of the plan. If you remember the original plan.
Phase 2 is Iron Man 3, Thor, Dark of the World, Captain America Winter Soldier, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the TV show, and Guardians of the Galaxy is all Phase 2.
Yeah, I just thought... It just seems like they should stretch it out more. It just seems like they're rushing it. Because we just finished watching Thor 2, and then now we're watching... I don't know, it seems like an overload. I don't know.
No, Thor 2 came out a couple months ago. You maybe just finished watching it, but...
No, I haven't even watched the film. I'm not... I have no real interest in watching Thor 2. Not hating on Thor or anything. It's just
watch it just for Loki.
Okay, that's what I hear a lot.
Yeah, it's really Loki has an awesome part at the end, and Sadre's waving to me. Hello, Sadre. Am I rambling too much?
But so the one film I'm a half about, right?
What? This one I'm the most excited about because all the shit I've written down for it.
I can tell. No, okay. So let's just start off in the very first thing. I've only seen like one trailer. So me and Taylor have gotten to this talk before where I hate watching. I love watching movie leak trailers and I hate watching them at the same time. I love watching movie trailers because they're like their own little 30-second film. So some of them can be done really well. Then I hate watching movie trailers because it just gives it away. I mean, I want to be sitting down in that chair and just not know nothing and just be like blown away. Like, wow, I had no idea what to expect. So my expectations weren't messed up or nothing.
Did you see Wolverine, the part 2, the Wolverine?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, well at the very end, even like halfway through the credits, you'll see a clip for Days of Future Past. Like it has like a little intro.
Okay, so I haven't seen that yet. But I did see one trailer. Like I skimmed through it, or maybe I saw pictures. I can't remember, but I saw Blink. Yeah. Blink is one of my all-time favorite Marvel characters, and
you're the only one. I'm very not that familiar with Blink.
Okay,
now so explain to people who Blink is.
Blink is, she makes her debut. I want to say it's in Age of the Apocalypse. If you're familiar with Age of the Apocalypse, is when if Legion goes back to kill Magneto, screws around and kills up his father, and then it just goes downhill from there.
Okay.
And then Apocalypse, apparently, so the ultimate antithesis to Xavier is Apocalypse. So no Xavier, Apocalypse roams free, everything goes to hell. He basically takes over the world. I forget, he takes over a lot of stuff, and mutants become like the power and humans become screwed. And Blink's a character from that storyline where it's kind of like Days of the Future Past, where the mutants are like on a run, they're getting registered, or they're just assassins. And Blink's like a kind of, it's hard to explain. She's like a rebel or not. I can't really remember, but she had like her own little comic book run. I feel like Blink's like she's like an elf almost. That's like the best way to describe her.
Really?
And her power, she has these teleportation crystals, and she can teleport things and move from place to place. But she's like an elf.
Okay.
She's like I can't remember if she actually holds a bow and arrow. She first started off hanging out with Sabretooth, and Sabretooth's one of my favorite characters. So there's Sabretooth, there's Blink. I grew attached to Blink. I know that was like the most terrible description of any character.
That went somewhere.
But no, Blink, I just like her character. Like, she was like a scavenger. She's like a survivor. Because in Age of the Apocalypse, the best characters to gravitate to are the survivors, and Blink was a survivor. She really didn't have anywhere to go. She was owned like a captive of Sugar Man before Sabretooth broke her out.
Okay.
Sugar Man's like this little giant. He looks like MODOK.
Okay. That's weird. MODOK's a weird character anyway.
Yeah, so it just gets weird, but Blink's an awesome character.
I got you. Well, going on as Blink, X-Men Apocalypse has been announced for 2016. And
really?
Yeah, you know that?
Huh.
Yeah, X-Men Apocalypse is set for 2016. So this may all be fit in. This may be whatever the
end interesting.
So let's go ahead and see. For those who don't know, Days of Future Past. Oddly enough, the comic takes place in the 80s and in 1980 and 2013. And essentially, what Sadre said, the future is being ruled by Sentinels, who hunt mutants down, either kill them or put them in internment camps, like the Jews or the
Russians,
Asian Russians,
gulags
during any of our wars here. Kitty Pryde is able to send her mind back to a younger version.
No. I thought they got rid of that. The rumor is...
No, I'm telling you, no, I know. I'm saying in the comic, Kitty Pryde sends her mind back to a younger version of Kitty Pryde and try to prevent this. In the movie, it's Wolverine who goes back.
Yeah, because a lot of people were upset about it because apparently in the film that's how it was originally going to go down, but on the recent success of Wolverine.
Was that a success? I didn't think it was a success. It was an
alright. So I haven't personally seen it.
All right.
The dudes I have talked to, which are kind of like us in the same realm, like nerds, geeks, losers.
Hey, whoa.
They were actually they were actually a lot of those guys were like said it was better than the first one, which I'm not sure if that says a lot. But they were saying it was decent. Like there was a lot there.
That's a weird no.
So my assumption is based on that success. Plus, you can probably market Hugh Jackman more than you can market Ellen Page. She's dropped in popularity since
Juno
and Whip It.
Or Inception,
yeah. I'm assuming that was like it's all money. Like who can we get more?
She's gonna be it. She'll still be in it
though. And not to bag on Ellen Page, I'm pretty sure she's a lovely lady, great actor. They really messed up Shadowcat in the first, or in the X-Men she was first in, which was like X-Men Stand Alone, Stand Together We Divided, Stand, the third one,
Yeah, X-Men.
The bad one.
Yeah.
She was not played the best role, so I can see why it makes more sense to, let's say, one of the characters people actually like a lot, which is Wolverine. So it made sense to me. Which I always found
odd. I guess also because if they do that, he can go back in time and not age. Look, not age, because in X-Men First Class they saw Wolverine.
It was such a great cameo.
Yeah,
out of all the cameos, that was awesome.
And he looks the same way as he does in the feature. So
they're like, "Hey, fuck off!"
they just walk away.
And they looked at him just like, and you see him like, "Fuck you guys." That was the funniest thing.
That was a great.
Oh man, I was like that made the whole movie worth it. I was a fan of Wolverine. As soon as I saw it, you're like, "Hey," they didn't even say anything. They just walked up like, "Hey," and he's like, "Fuck off." That was so much better than that Mystique cameo. I was like, dude, that was awesome. You got me. Now, what I always found weird, so even though First Class was supposed to be like a prequel, I always thought this was a retcon. It seems like it kind of just wipes away a lot of the... You know what retcon is, right? I don't have to explain retcon. You do.
Explain to me, yeah.
Okay, so a retcon is like... So there's like an established storyline. Let's say...
I mean, canon?
Yeah, the canon storyline. So let's say in Star Wars that Yoda was the teacher of Obi-Wan, right?
Okay.
And that's how it was in the Star Wars film. And then they make the prequels, and they say like, oh no, it actually was Qui-Gon was Obi-Wan's teacher. I'm just throwing out there. Yeah. Okay. So now what was the fact that it used to be Yoda was the teacher. Now they retconned it and they rewrote that history. It's like, no, that's wow, he said it, but it was actually this. So essentially they rewrote the past for that film. So in the sense of...
so you think they rewrote the history for...
Yeah, the First Class to me was always a retcon. Even though it was like, oh, this is a prequel, it was like they just retconned the entire thing. It was more like a reboot. So it was either a reboot or a retcon.
Okay. Well, yeah. Because there was no Iceman.
Yeah, and then even in the First Class film, and then in the first X-Men, when X-Men start, Magneto's always Magneto and Xavier's already Xavier, and they talk about, we used to be the best of friends, we used to have this huge history, but then you see First Class, and they've only been hanging out for like a couple weeks. There was no way they forged that brotherly friendship they described in a few weeks.
I suppose. Okay.
So I was always bothered. So I used to just accept this First Class as a retcon or a reboot. Like, it wasn't really attached. Mm-hmm. So now they're trying to, like, connect the dots. Like, no, it really is a prequel now. Can't you see? It seems like a stretch. I was always bothered by it. It just seemed like a stretch of the imagination that these two stories were connected. So it sounds like they're doing a lot to try to make them work now.
Okay. No worries. Do you want to talk about the mutants confirmed? In the filming, we got a lot of mutants here.
There's actually what is it, the Time magazine or some magazine where they have 29
Entertainment Weekly had 25 different covers.
And I was not a fan of it until I saw Blink. Then I was like, yes, Blink is gonna be in it.
So let's go ahead. We got Raven, who is Mystique, her alter ego. We got Eric Lencher, who is Magneto. You see old and young. Pietro Maxoff, which is Quicksilver.
Quicksilver, yeah. Oh man, can we talk about Quicksilver? Have you seen Quicksilver?
He looks all hipster type of.
He doesn't look anything like I would imagine Quicksilver looking like.
Well, Quicksilver was supposed to be like silver haired and like in like a kind of point, like they kind of spike to the point in the back.
I don't know.
And
if you had told me to draw Quicksilver in every fashion I can think of what Quicksilver would look like, it's like if I drew down a bunch of them and like, I'm not going to use any of these. I decided I'm going to go with this design. I don't know. Not feeling it.
It's a new look.
Not feeling it.
So
I'm actually not feeling the new Beast look either. So, but yeah,
it's a blue guy. It's a blue Beast.
But the Kelsey Grammer Beast versus the First Class Beast.
Okay. He's not short and stocky. Like he's not bulky and big. Like you would see him.
Like Beast was always one of those characters. Is like, okay, it's gonna be hard to take from the comic to the cartoon to the live action. Kelsey Grammer Beast did it for me.
Yeah.
Then I saw the First Class Beast. I was like, how did they screw this up? He looked so.
He's a young kid. Maybe later he eats a lot of meat and pumps a lot of weight.
Like, all right, whatever.
All right. Again, Eric Logan Howler. If you guys know his name's Eric Howler. Wolverine. Professor X is in there. Both young and old. Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat, Marie, who plays Rogue, who is in the comic, Mystique's daughter, is in the film. So I'm not sure if they're going to bring that up, but that's going to even be touched on.
They out of all the characters in all like cartoon to film, comic books to film, they messed up Rogue probably more than any of them.
Why?
Are you serious?
No, I'm asking. No, why? What's your opinion? No.
I'm just saying. Rogue, you were part of the 90s, so you watched that X-Men cartoon.
Yeah.
Rogue was the badass who got into the fight first.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, guys, you guys go out that way. I'm going to go take them down. And then Rogue would be sitting there fighting like 4 giant robots, fist-to-fist combat.
Yeah.
X-Men 1. Rogue was the girl they were protecting the entire film.
Yeah, she
was like a little girl.
Whiny the whole thing.
Oh, it's like, what happened? This is not the Rogue I remember. This is not the soldier. Rogue is on the front lines and everyone's following Rogue in the war.
She doesn't fly either.
Yeah, she doesn't fly either. Oh, they just...
Maybe in the future she learns to fly and she gets a little more badass.
No, she doesn't future. Actually, right now she can't fly anymore. But she's still badass. Okay. I mean, she's still that same, I'm getting in a fight first, even though my power... She doesn't have Miss Marvel's powers anymore. Yeah. But she's still... Let's go. Mm-hmm. But I don't see that happening to this. I don't know. Not to hate the actress, Anna Paquin. I actually think she's a lovely actress. I am a huge fan of True Blood, but they just did not have cast her as Rogue. I'm just saying.
All right, we got next Aurora Monroe as Storm. We got bring back Halle Berry. No mohawk. No mohawk.
I would have been. Yeah, I would have been happy with the mohawk. I'm not happy.
We got Bobby Drake, Iceman. James Proudstar, Warpath. Alex Summers, who's Havoc, who's Cyclops' brother.
Is he still Cyclops' brother? The timeline doesn't seem to work anymore.
You think so, wouldn't you? But, yeah, because he was in, but
I thought they retconned that. It doesn't. It seems like he's Cyclops' dad now.
Cable Cyclops' dad. No, Cable Cyclops' son. Sorry.
No. That's true. But because the way the timeline seems to work, at the age that Cyclops is in the X-Men films, and the age that Havoc is in the First Class films, it doesn't seem like they can be
but Cyclops
anymore.
Cyclops isn't even talked about at all or brought in.
Like that's like another thing they retcon. It seems like they retconned it because we all know Havoc and Cyclops are brothers. It doesn't seem like that in the films. I'm just saying, just based on what I can remember, he was like the same. He was like 20s, and I don't know. Maybe Cyclops or Havoc is way older than Cyclops now, and I don't know.
Okay, no worries.
We'll see.
We got Peter Rasputin, who's Colossus. Clarice Ferguson, your favorite Blink.
Oh, yes.
Roberto Da Costa, Sunspot. And we got Bishop Toad and Ink. Not Blink, but Ink.
Ink.
And if you guys see the picture, Boulevard Trask is the one who created Sentinels. He's not a bad guy, though. He's not a bad guy in this one. He's supposed to be the creator of Sentinels, but he's not supposed to be an evil person. Supposed to, I guess, they just turn that way, I guess.
Okay. Bishop, I was half on the Bishop look.
But see, Bishop, no Cable, though. No Cable.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be Cable in the future, too. That's supposed to be a big thing, too.
Yeah, well, Cable's actually far future. Well, Cable.
But him and Bishop have gotten into it, though.
Yeah. Well, I can see it being Bishop because
and then with Cable comes Deadpool. Yay!
Yeah, because Cable's a much more complex character than Bishop is. Bishop just lives in like a crappy world. Cable has like this really weird backstory drop to him. And I can see Cable being actually in an Apocalypse because Cable's Cable's like the anti-apocalypse. He's the one who really fights apocalypse. Bishop's just fighting the fall of the world. Yeah. Which is what this is going to be. It seems like it's going to be about, where they're running around avoiding Sentinels, whereas Cable's trying to stop apocalypse for the most part. In all, what do you think?
Looking forward to X-Men, Captain America, and what are we talking about? Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man. I'm looking forward to superhero movies.
This seems like the year of the superhero movies, specifically the year of the Disney Marvel superhero movies. They are just taking it by storm. I'm actually looking forward to Captain America for sure. I'm definitely looking forward to Days of the Future Past. I don't know if I'm going to like it as much, because I wasn't, as much as I liked First Class, I accepted that it wasn't really attached to the Marvel story anymore. I was like, okay, it's gone. Whatever. I was okay with it being a reboot. Now that they're kind of making this stretch of connection, whatever. Spider-Man, I'm going to be sitting there first stage, IMAX, doing it real big. And then there's the other films we talked about. Transformers, I might go see. I'm just not, I don't think I'm going to be excited about it. Okay. And then if Sin City does come out and it doesn't suck, maybe we will have you know what we're going to do? We're going to have I'm going to take some mics, me and you, we're going to go see Sin City, and we're going to record our experience, or basically my experience. Don't record the movie, you can get out. Yeah, we're not going to record the movie, but we're going to record, okay, so we're actually in the theaters. Yeah. Okay,
yeah. And now we're getting taken away.
Here comes the cops. Run, Taylor! They got Taylor! Nah. Oh, I'm so... Sin City better be good. I've waited 10 years for this damn film to come out.
And like always, our topics tend to last. Right now, we were hitting an hour already.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I cut this, it's going to be like 20 minutes long.
Jesus.
Okay, so let's talk about Jesus. Now, let's talk about the PS4, PS3. PS4, Xbox One. I'm sorry, my numbers are all screwed up.
What is wrong with you?
How is it? So, yeah, it came out last year. It was like the big talk of last year, and, talk has kind of died down. How is it after the dust is settled?
All right. For those of you who don't know, I'm an Xbox person. Sadre's a PlayStation person. We're never going to see eye to eye on this. We're always going to be button heads. I enjoy my system, my Xbox One. I enjoy it. It's fun. I like it. I have no qualms about it at all. I've integrated it into everything I do. I've used it for what it's supposed to be used for. The games are fine. I really have no problems with it.
No problems with it. I mean, I don't have problems with my PS4. But what I mean is, was it worth it? Today, if you said, if you could send a message to Taylor back 6 months ago or 4 months ago, you can send would you tell him you can just wait on this? It's not a big deal right now, or do you? Because how do you feel about that?
No, I would say get it. Plus, mine was a gift, so I didn't pay for it anyway.
Oh, but you lucky bastard.
So, I got the day one edition, and I've had so much fun with it. I'm happy with it. And it works. It works just the same as my Xbox 360 does, which is moved to my room now, so I can play it in there.
I've actually moved my PS3 to my room now.
I have really no problems with it. I have no. Going back and I'd love to say, get it. Continue to get it. It's
so
fine.
For me specifically, I mean, I love my PS4, and I'm hoping that more people get the PS4. I mean, this is not to say the Xbox One sucks or anything, and this is not even the hint that I'm just saying. Yeah, I do like the PS4, but I don't think there was any need to buy it last year, because I bought it, and there's nothing big has really come out.
Well, okay, it's still early.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was so early because I'm always buying, one of the first person to buy. I'm one of those early adapters, and I don't say I have buyer's remorse, but I would definitely be based on what it is today, I would have told myself that, if you buy it 4 months from now, it's not going to make a difference. Because the game I actually play most on my PS4 is Rosogun, and that game is actually hella fun. Rosogun. It's like a 2D shooter.
Roso or Rezo?
Rezo.
Okay.
He's a 2D shooter. It's almost like R-Type. In a 360 world, kind of like Asteroids mixed with R-Type. That game is way funner than Battlefield 4 to me.
Really?
And that's the only game I play. I play Battlefield 4, and I get killed, and I'm going back to Resogun. That game is insane fun. I don't know what makes that game so fun, but that's more fun than I played anything. And the voice controls and the actually had the camera and the videos and all that, it's cool. But it just seems like I would definitely held off. If I would have known, because I have...
What games do you have?
I have Resogun, I have Battlefield 4, I have a beta to Warframe, or some beta, which is This beta is actually really cool. It's like Call of Duty, but you're psychic, so you can see where everyone is.
Oh, really?
Like you have like a 10-second blip of psychic powers.
Yeah.
So you blip and you can see where everyone is, and you can run there.
Oh.
And then like there's robots and stuff. It's actually quite interesting beta, but it's still in beta form, and I die so quick in that game. But it's the concept behind it's cool. Yeah, that's actually kind of fun. Mm-hmm. I had that. This is like this other game called Contrast, which is like you live in like the shadow realm. And it's actually kind of interesting, but it does feel like lonely most of the time in that movie because you're the only character and everyone else is like real life, but you're in like the shadow world, so you can only see shadows of what people do. You can't actually see people. So after a while, you kind of turn around this empty city with shadows.
Oh, it's
interesting, but it gets boring. And that's all I really have. And it's like. I would have held off. I would have bought it in like sometime like in June of this year, and it would have felt fine. I mean, I like
you think with more games you would have.
Yeah, there's nothing really that because I think that's what's going to make
more
it.
Things for you. Like I have Call of Duty, Battlefield, Assassin's Creed, Forza, and Need for Speed Rivals. And then I bought Peggle 2 and
you just bought
Halo.
every game that was really out for the Xbox One.
There's a couple games I haven't bought. Halo Spartan Assault I bought on the hard drive. But no, I'm plus I do the Xbox Fitness sometimes. I'll mess with that or like I guess.
I mean the features,
more games.
For both systems, like the features are there because like I was showing people videos of me playing games and like you can see us in the field like acting stupid. It's really cool that you can like the features where you can go from your system to upload on the clips and you can edit it. That is actually really cool. And I'm just at the point where right now I couldn't like justify buying a PS4 because I don't need that collects more dust. I mean I'm not playing as many games as it is now. But when I do play games, I don't turn on PS4 as often as I thought I would.
Really? So there's you don't go home and play it or play it once a day or have it on?
Nah. I mean I have it on every now and then just to do like watch movies and stuff. But I'm not really playing it. I think because I still so that's one big thing about it. I have a lot of PS3 games I still need to finish. I just started Arkham Origins. And I've had that game. I didn't realize I had that game.
I still have not beat Final Fantasy 13. Still have not beat it.
Did you at least play the demo for 13.3?
No, I don't want to play it. I have Final Fantasy 13.2 unwrapped, ready to go, and I still haven't beat 13. Okay, I can't. For some reason, I didn't level up my weapons properly, and they're all low, and I'm like just trying to.
So the level up system in 13 was complex, and even when I tried to like go through and beat all the missions, I had such a hard time leveling up. I just got quit because it was frustrating. It was taking so long.
Yeah.
So, and I remember I did had that. I think I looked up a demo after losing to that damn final boss like 12 times. It's like, okay, there has to be something to this I'm not getting. Okay, so I'll tell you this now.
Don't tell me the ending.
No, I'm not going to tell you the ending, and here's why. I don't even remember what the hell happens. The ending was so weird and confusing to me. There's only one significant event I remember for that whole ending that I can't ruin. But the entire ending to Final Fantasy 13, I don't think is that great.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, it is that from the final battle up to the ending. I was like, to me, I really felt like maybe I missed something. I just feel like there was something I missed that was why it was like that. I want you to finish though, because I think Final Fantasy 13-2 is actually better than 13.
It's not. Well, I no, it's fine. I look forward to playing it whenever I decide I can beat 13.
Ah man, just watch it on YouTube. It's just got 13.
No, I can't. I need that. I need that knowledge that saying that I beat it, and that knowing I beat it.
Because 13-2 is so much better. Like the one thing about 13 and 13-2, which has been discussed over and over again. 13 is like, okay, this is your path, and this is where you're gonna go, and this is how it's gonna be. Okay. 13-2, you can actually choose. Like you can jump time and you can redo events, you can go back, and the storyline of 13-2 is actually way more interesting than 13.
So it's not as linear as 13, you're saying? Because 13 is linear.
It can be. Like you can play one path for the most part, and it'll lead, but then you can go back and you can almost rewrite history. It's actually really cool.
Are you going to retcon history for 13-2?
So I played the demos for 13.3, and what's cool about all these games is that they're all the same base, but they're different. So 13.3 is actually completely like it's it's more real time than 13 2 and 1. And it's you have to play it. Man, right. Hurry up and beat 13.
I'm trying. I really am. I need to stop playing my Xbox One and hey, come on.
Okay, so let's talk about Nintendo because that's the only thing I think we have time for at this point, right? Well, is that
Nintendo?
Are you kicking me out? Is that
no? That's Nintendo. Or is this better?
Yeah. What happened in Nintendo? I mean,
you know what happened? He died.
Nintendo used to be the system that I used to have when I had the Xbox and I had a PS2 and I had a Nintendo. Nintendo was a system that I pulled out when people came over. When we played Mario Kart or Mario Tennis or Mario Party, that was the system I was looking forward to when friends came over. When I wanted to play like real competitive game, I played my PS2 or like serious games like Halo or the Xbox or Nintendo always had those fun, happy-go-lucky games.
With a party system.
Yeah, a party system. Exactly. What the hell happened to that?
They tried too hard and they got too confident with the Wii and it's been crap now. Yeah, with the Wii U, have you played the Wii U? Touched the Wii U?
Man, I've tried playing the Wii U and I was playing like some game where I was just jumping around and stuff, and it's like I don't see the need. It just seems more complicated to be looking down and up.
It's gotten to the point where they tried to bring the gamepad in, but with the new Donkey Kong coming out, the gamepad isn't even used in Donkey Kong. It's a black screen. And in the new Mario Kart, it's a horn. That's all it is, the horn. That's all it is. So the need for this gamepad is...
Like the innovation's there. Like, this is cool,
the first party creators aren't even using the tablet correctly, or using it at all. They see no use for it. And that's why,
Yeah, I was playing.
Lately, go ahead.
I was playing this game where I was jumping around, and it was like to have to look down and up. It just seemed like an extra unnecessary step I didn't need to take.
Yeah,
and it was like,
if you're seriously going to be going for the hardcore gamers don't take their eyes off the screen for anything. They know the buttons. They know where everything is. They don't need to look at the because if you look at the screen, that's a headshot kill. That's a kill you lost. You know? Somebody kills you.
And even this the screen. So let's say that they had this innovative piece of technology that just they can't figure out how to use. And if they ever do get around to that, I think there could be something to like this little piece of technology. But what I'm saying, the party games aren't there. There's no Mario Tennis.
Well, you can only connect 2 Wii U gamepads to the system. Yeah. So you can't have 4 Wii U gamepads. You can have 2 Wii U gamepads and then 2 people playing on regular controls.
It just feels like they got so off track to what made Nintendo. Like, people love playing Mario Kart. That's still a game people play today because it's so much fun. You play with 8 other people online, and it's just silly fun.
And even if you download an emulator, the first thing people say is get Super Nintendo, get Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart. Smash Brothers was like one of the best games, and people still play. There's an online gaming community for Melee that's one of the biggest gaming communities in the world.
Yeah,
Smash Brothers Melee. This game came out 13 years ago. Mm-hmm. And there's not that many people playing this.
That's for the GameCube, right?
Yeah, GameCube. Yeah. And there's not that many people playing the new Super Mario World 3D DS2. I don't know. They just keep... I don't know. They just gone so far into what made the Nintendo excel. They lost so far.
Well, Nintendo's even gone as far as they've lowered their predictions. The Wii U sales, they lowered their Wii U sales from 9 million to 2.8 million. That's a big... That
is a huge jump.
And then for the 3DS, they lowered it from 18 million to 13.5 million. It's like they know that they're not going to sell them. They aren't selling. They're trying to bring out... They're trying to be more software than hardware, I guess. And... It's not gonna happen. But now there's rumors. Apparently, some insider came out and gave this whole new news about Nintendo Fusion. Nintendo Fusion is supposed to be the new system coming out for Nintendo.
I can't
next year or in 2016.
I can't even imagine them releasing a new system after the
Wii U.
The Wii U.
Well, it may be they may take the Windows stance where every other Windows operating system is good. XP was good. Vista sucked. Sem was good. Sem was bad. No, Sem was good. 8 is alright. Probably 9 will be great. So this may be Nintendo's same stance. So there's I have a whole bunch of stats here for the Fusion. Well, it's okay. the Fusion terminal is going to be called. It's called the Fusion terminal. Fusion. That's code name right now. Fusion. It's going to have.
And we've learned from code names that it's not going to be remotely near the name because the Xbox went from Infinity to Durango to 1.
Or yeah.
PS. On the other hand,
you know more about parts than I do. Looking at any of these parts I listed here, and they're
the one thing they have upgraded in the Nintendo is the wireless capabilities. And so if you played Smash Brothers, so the biggest thing that was like the new hit when the Wii came out is you could finally connect your Wii to the internet to play other people because the Xbox One or the Xbox 360 rather, PS2, PS3, that was a huge selling point. You can now take the game you played at home online. Like, wow.
Yeah.
It's a whole new world.
And then they introduced a 16-digit friend code you had to memorize for you to people.
And then, the Wii had the internet, but it was terrible. If you played Smash Brothers online.
And you had to use, sometimes you had to use that Wii dongle you had to buy separately, and it didn't always work.
And it didn't always work. Because you had to go wireless. And wireless was getting big at that time, but not everyone had wireless connection.
Yeah.
And then even if you played Smash Brothers online for the Wii, it was terrible. It wasn't even like playing the same game, Smash Brothers Brawl. And a lot of other games you played like just weren't there online. Mm-hmm. The only games I can remember being like I would expect them to be was Mario Kart. Other than that, all the other games I played online sucked.
Well, this one has 802.11 BGN wireless, Bluetooth, has 2 3.0 USB ports, one cross cable input, 1 cable card slot.
I mean, ultimately, you can go on the specs and people can Google online. It's upgraded the system. It's like it's almost trying to catch up to what the Wii and not the Wii, the Xbox and PlayStation have been doing. It's just upgrading the system, overall system. Both the console and the controllers both have slots for 3DS games. They have a 3DS slot, so you can pop in a 3DS. And it looks like there's a GPS in the controller, looks like, and there's slots for so it sounds like they're trying to expand that little tablet device.
Yeah.
They're kind of. No, I will say the one thing I did think was cool about the Wii's, I saw a picture I saw it online. Somebody was playing a Wii U at like a gas station. They had their Wii plugged into the wall and they were playing the game on their tablet.
Yeah.
Now that's cool, but you're not gonna be doing that often.
That's a far off scenario.
Yeah, as far as not a lot of people aren't gonna be doing that. But
if you have,
it was cool if you could do that. Like
if you have a console, most likely you have it to play at home.
Yeah, like I've always wanted to hook up buy one of those. You see those people mod those laptops, like those Xbox One laptops, PS4. That seem cool, but it's not something I would use that often, or it even be remotely necessary.
Yeah,
but it would be cool to do it once every now and then. So the Wii, you can actually kind of do that almost seamlessly. Still, at the end of the day. Nintendo's going to end up becoming Sega, which is quite sad because outside of Xbox and PlayStation, that was a system I looked for just happy-go-lucky fun games. And now I think PlayStation is actually trying to take over what the Wii used to do because they've released Little Big Planet, which was like a little happy-go-lucky game that anyone can sit down and play. You can play it seriously, or you can just play happy-go-lucky. They have the
I'm talking about this. I'm talking about the
Battle Royale, which is like which is a clone of what the Smash Brothers. I mean, eventually they're gonna start coming out with PlayStation Tennis and then all those games that.
I'm sure they have. Well, they had that Rockstar Tennis. I'm not sure if that was for Xbox or for.
No, I'm saying every system is like picked up on like this is what the Wii did and they were good at, and PlayStation, Xbox stayed away. It's like you can say that. And you're doing good. We're gonna take this field on over here. But then Nintendo tried to do what they did, and I think that's when they lost it.
I'm just looking forward to the time when I can play Zelda or Mario on my Xbox.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to them. Do
you still look forward to those days?
I miss the Mario games. I wrote a thing on my website. That I miss the Mario thing. I miss playing Mario. When I go back to play emulators, like I'll play Mario Kart or I'll play Zelda. I miss those games.
I do miss the party game, like Mario Party. The newest Mario Party sucks. It took away that. What made Mario Party fun was you versus 3 other people, and you guys had to help each other out every now and then.
Yeah.
But it was fun to kick your friend in the ass and watch him lose. Like, ha, sucker. But this new Mario Party 9, you're all together. It's like you guys are all one big family. And that's what, the funnest thing about Mario Party was watching others get kicked in the ass. And then you had that, okay, now we had a team up against these other two people. Or it'd be like 1 versus 3. And that was always fun.
Okay.
I remember, it's a random story about nothing, but I remember in Nintendo, it was 1 versus 3 Mario Party. I was the back gunner, and everybody else had to avoid me. Triple headshot. I got all of them in one shot. They all flew down. They all had like cross, because there's so on their wings there was these 2 balloons, and I had like this little gun on my wings I shot, and they all lined up for that one split second when I shot, and they all went. I was like, yes! Crowning moment of my Nintendo history.
But did you record it?
Nah, see,
so it
wasn't possible.
So it never happened.
We hadn't got that.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, you're right.
I
could just be making it up. No, it was. I thought it was awesome. I can still remember. That's the only thing I remember at the Wii's. That one moment. That's how bad it is.
Okay.
No, so we got we had a fun. As you said, this has gone on a little too long. We got way into the
movies,
the blockbuster movies, but it is almost summertime, and those movies are going to be coming before even that time. Just flies nowadays.
Yeah,
it seems like we just finished watching the Avengers 2, and now the Avengers 2 is coming up soon. Guardian of the Galaxy is coming up soon. Thor 2 just passed. It is all like just madness. So that's your podcast for
Wait. You still have tonight's.
Oh yeah, so Taylor wanted to talk about.
Tonight is Sunday night.
Tonight is Sunday night.
You said night. Today's Sunday afternoon.
Whatever.
And so tonight is The Walking Dead season 4, I guess.
So let me tell you the story about this song. Those instruments. I actually kind of like that song the first time I heard it. So the first time I really heard it was we were at Universal Studios, right?
Okay.
And we were in the line for The Walking Dead maze.
You're talking about Hollywood Horror Nights.
Hollywood Horror Nights, yeah. So we got in line for this ride, and they're playing that song in the background. So get you amped up, like, oh, we're getting The Walking Dead maze.
Yeah.
2.5 hours later.
That's your own damn fault.
That damn song is still going on.
That's just how it
1 minute repeat. It's like, oh my god. I absolutely cannot stand this damn song anymore.
Well, if you want, there's a 10-hour loop on YouTube if you want to listen to that.
That must have been what they were playing. So we're talking fucking 2.5 hours. It's like, oh my god.
Well, it's back tonight
and
if you want to watch it.
To top it off, the maze wasn't that great. To add insult to injury, I had to listen to that damn stupid ass song for 2.5 hours, waiting in 2.5 hour line. The maze sucked. It was like, okay.
Well, it's coming back tonight. I'm excited for it.
I don't know.
Do you watch it?
I checked that out. I was never a big fan of Walking Dead, so I'm not going to say it sucks. I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm just saying it's not for me. That's all I can say about The Walking Dead. But yeah, if you're watching it, for those, by the time you hear this podcast, the show will already aired, and you've already spoiled it for all your friends and already hate you. Let's talk about spoilers real quick.
Spoilers for what?
No, not specific spoilers, but about spoilers. So last year, I want to say they released The Great Gatsby, right?
Yes.
Can you spoil that movie?
It's been a book out forever.
I know, right? It's been a book out forever, but there are some people who haven't read the book. Is it okay to say, man, it sucks that the main character dies and that? Do you think that's a spoiler or not? Because that book has been out for a long time.
There's some people who were born after the book came out who didn't have to. I didn't have to read in high school. Did you have to read in high school?
No.
Okay, some people had to read in high school.
But I know what happens because I've had other people that read it and I've gone around and yeah.
Okay, so I think just to be nice, you should have like what did we talk about last time? How many weeks or how many months?
Because we gave 6 months. 6
months for spoilers.
And it was like, and then like for TV shows, it was like for movies it was 6 months because by that time it was on Blu-ray, and for TV shows it was like 3 months because by that time they probably re-aired the episode.
Yeah. All right. So
just
I think now in general, a month or two would be good for spoilers.
A month or two? Yeah, in general, I can see that because by the time someone else already spoiled it.
And if they haven't seen it in a month or two, then they're not going to see it. They don't really care about it that much to see it. So they've probably heard everything.
I would say, let's say, I'm still stuck around 3 months because even though I haven't watched a single episode of like a series that was on, because like by the time the series ends, it's like the third year, like Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch that.
You haven't watched it?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
You got me into it, and I watched all the seasons, and you stopped watching it.
So by the time, because when so this is like another tangent. I don't pirate nearly as much stuff as I used to, and I actually go out and like do it legally. Okay. So by the time I had watched season 5 of Breaking Bad, it was on Netflix, and I had just streamlined it. But the last part of the series, I'm not sure if it's on there now, but it wasn't when I tried to watch it.
Okay.
But people were spoiling the ending. We're talking about the day after it came out, and we're like, "Damn, dude, I just DVR'd that shit," and you're already like, give me like a week." I'm saying like, I guess 2 months would be a good time because at that point either they're not going to watch it or But I've already had the ending spoiled for me, so
okay.
So we're talking about the day after. It's like, God damn it! But spoilers in general is like so Sons of Anarchy is like a show based on Hamlet. And, do you watch that show?
I watched it all.
Okay, so one of the main characters that recently died, but it's based on Hamlet, so it's like, well, you know what part she plays in the Hamlet. If you were to compare this to Hamlet, we already know that person died, so more likely she's gonna die, and the main character is gonna die. If you watched Hamlet enough, you know Hamlet dies in the end. Mm-hmm. I mean, is that spoiling it?
No, because they could also change the story too.
Yeah, they could change it.
They could change it.
Yeah, so okay. But in the case of Great Gatsby, like, this story's been out. I mean, I don't know. I figured it's not a spoiler. I mean, if by now you don't know that he dies at the end, that's like a school fail. Maybe you didn't go to a great school, or they just didn't want to talk about Great Gatsby.
I didn't read it. Went to good school.
But yeah, I'm just saying, or maybe, but that's not. It can't be a spoiler, right?
I guess I don't know. I only care that much about Great Gatsby. I guess it's more like if you care or not about the subject.
Yeah,
like you can tell me any Great Gatsby, like or whatever. I don't care because I don't really care to watch anyway.
Yeah.
So it's more if you're interested in the subject, then it's a spoiler. If not, it's hey, did you know this happened?
Okay, I guess I was just curious because that came up on one of my forums that somebody was mad about the Great Gatsby. I was like, what the hell? It's been a book for years. Not like 10 years, like 30, 40 years.
For a while, yes.
You don't know by now. If you don't know that Jesus dies.
Oh, jeez.
In the Bible, or not the end of the Bible, at the end of... Damn, I can't think of what chapter.
In religion.
Yeah, well, in religion, and that's your fault.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is your host. Good evening. This is Dre right here.
I'm Taylor, and for that I get and you get.
And this is our first. I guess it applies because it's an achievement for the first episode of GGWP. And if you are a horny bastards, this is the Girls Gone Wild podcast.
Keep listening.
But Junior speaking.
Hopefully you get this up on iTunes so many people can download, stream it, or
download, stream it, or however it is on the internet nowadays. This is signing out for the first episode of GGWP. Holla back.
But wait, no people want to find you? Want to find you anymore?
Oh, well, I figured since I am not even sure where this is going to go right now.
Promote yourself.
Promote myself. This is Dre.
Okay. Anyway, I'm not sure where Jay's gonna put this podcast, but I hope it's soon because it's a timely situation.
Timely manner.
So
I'm Taylor.
I am on. If you want to go to triosgeeks.com, I'm on triosgeeks.com. So you can go either way. You'll go back to my site, YouTube, Trios Geeks, Xbox, Demonal. I'll give you your PS4. Maybe out.
Nah.
People want to find you?
I'm not even sure where this is going. I'm still a little iffy about my new persona, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm going with the internet right now. So me and the internet, we're having we're still in the early stages of.
Well, find me and search for Dre. You'll find me somewhere.
But honestly, if you want to catch me, you can get me at projectgs.org. So my new website in works. So yeah, I mean you can catch me there.
For me, again, triosgeeks.com. And for that, I think we're out.
And we're out. Ace.